Hello. Hello, Juan Toledano. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I hope that you are having a nice evening so far. All right. So today I will be working and finishing my Nemesis character for the Nemesis Art Challenge. And yeah, let's get started. I might need to do some pauses during the stream, perhaps, hopefully not, because of my son. So I might need to go and check on him, but hopefully we can have a uninterrupted stream. Hopefully, finger crosses. Hello, Nikolai. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope that you are doing fine and enjoying the evening. All right. So let me put the proper screen. Yes, there we go. Okay. So this is how my character stands at the moment. I didn't have that much time to work on it. So sadly, there are certain things that are a little bit rough, like the background characters. But still, well, they are not that important since it's just like a little extra and kind of to replicate what Trevor did on his own character, the hero character. That mine is supposed to be the arch enemy, the Nemesis. So yes, so let's see. I haven't touched it in several days, so I need to think a little. What I want to do. Okay. I'm gonna be working a little on the face, I think. Hey Simon, hello, welcome. I'm doing fine. Thanks. Today, well, I mean today, every single stream I'm saying the same thing, but yeah, I'm a little bit tired. It's kind of interesting that having a newborn, just I still sleep, but not so enough to being okay, but not completely rested. So I'm all the time like in low energy. But yeah, but all is very good. Thanks. How about you? Nikolai, I'm fine. How are you doing? I'm watching your stream and drawing a demon. Nice. Nice. Please just share the demon on the Discord server channel. Like I always say, I truly enjoy knowing that you guys are also painting or drawing at the same time, and to be able to share and see what you guys are doing, it's fantastic. So yes, please share on the Discord. All right. So I said I was going to do a little bit with the head. Let's see. And by the way, so I watched the Lighthouse film that we talked about last stream, and I also went to see Dune, that we also talked quite a bit during the last stream. So yeah, let me start with the Lighthouse, and let's see if some more people join um, to talk about Dune. I will not do any spoilers in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, but the Lighthouse, I thought it was a very cool film, but sadly, and once again going back to the subject of having a baby around, is that I was interrupted like 100 times. So that kind of um, destroyed a little bit the experience by getting immersed in the narrative, right, and on the story. So I think that didn't help me. So at the end, I was a little bit confused about the film. I thought it was confusing, but because of me. So I didn't get exactly the film. And I'm a little bit annoyed about it because I didn't understand fully the whole thing. Uh, Later on, I talked to a friend of mine, and he mentioned that it is supposed to be some kind of uh, allegory, like tale or similar to like some using William Dafoe as a some kind of capricious deity or Greek god like Poseidon or something like that, and that so he's like playing with the young guy. And now, having said that, I think I see it makes sense, and I think I would have to see it once again, and hopefully that I can see it from start to finish in one go, and really get immersed into the story, because there were some very gorgeous scenes that were very much pointed in that direction, but I completely didn't got it. Was it if you guys that has seen the film The Lighthouse, did you how did you interpret the film from the beginning? Did you interpret it like this way, like a allegory, or like something more literal and about madness, or Simon, yeah, I bet that having a kid has to be exhausting but amazing at the same time. I'm fine too. I will sketch some characters while seeing your painting too. Fantastic, Simon. Great. Yes. I mean, yes, I'm tired, but I can say that yes, it is an amazing experience, and we are having so much fun. It's it's quite a trip. It's yeah, it's difficult to grasp until you experience it yourself. That's what I can say. But of course, before having the kid, I have plenty of people around me having kids, right? From relatives to friends. And yes, you are aware of the thing, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to feel the things that I have felt or I'm feeling now having myself a kid. And it's quite revealing and life changing. And I'm not saying anything new or, yeah, like everybody says, but yeah, I, I can confirm it. Cantabrian, looking great so far, Miguel. Thanks, Cantabrian, and welcome, welcome. But thanks, man. At the end, I don't know if you guys have noticed that I decided to go in the middle when it comes to the hairstyle, that we were having like a heated discussion about if it should have a mohawk or like some kind of ponytail or something. And at the end, I decided to go with both. So yeah, there you go. Nikolai, where can I find a link to your Discord? Oh, all right. Yes, I should post it publicly, but I have so many things in my head that I always forget. Let me just put it one. Give me a second. There you go. That's the link. Cantabrian. I'm in the middle of reading Dune for the first time. Ooh, nice, man. If there are spoilers ahead, I will say have take care and have a nice evening. All right, yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna give any spoilers about the book or anything. So I'm gonna give my opinion about how I felt, but I'm not gonna talk about specifics about the plot, about anything of that. So just loosely referring to how I feel and as a piece of work, so to speak, but not specifics. All right. So don't worry. But man, fantastic to hear that you are reading it. You are for a treat. How far are you into the story? I'm curious. So like this, maybe there are certain things that I can't talk about without spoiling it for you. So please let me know where are you at on the novel. Richard, hello man. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Good evening. There is a new 3D bust on Conrad Kurz on our station profile of Thomas Liao. Worth check out. He makes excellent job. All right, I will check it up for sure. Thanks for the heads up. Simon, yeah, I heard there was some huge Greek tales influence, but I didn't see entirely how it is made. Again, I wasn't on the right mindset when I watched the film, and I was interrupted like 100 times. So again, I'm not the best one to give a proper interpretation of the film. Just that I was confused. But now, once again, after being told about this some kind of allegory referring to old tales and stuff like that, it makes sense. And yeah, I have to rewatch it because it felt the whole thing was fantastic, but I was confused. So yeah, which I'm a little bit annoyed about because I could actually see that there is something more than what I'm looking at, but I was missing parts of the conversations, and it was a disaster. I shouldn't have actually. I should have stopped watching it, and wait for a calm moment to watch the film. But yeah, now I will have to watch it again with the spoilers. Lucius, hey man, hey, how are you? Welcome. Simon, about Hereditary. Yes, I would love to see it. I'm very curious because yes, I have heard like so many times that it's an amazing film, and after watching, like we talked about, Midsummer. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watch it. It's so fantastic to see films that are so cleverly done and they are so outside the mainstream. That yeah, it's such a um, touch of fresh air. I love it. And one of the things that I enjoyed the most about Midsommar was the fact that it was completely unexpected. I didn't read or hear anything about the film previously to watching it, so I actually clicked to watch the film, thinking that it was going to be a very silly kind of type of film. Uh, just for spend a little time, but yeah, not to really pay attention to it. And from the very beginning, it just catch my attention. It's like, oh, wait a second, this is a little bit different of what I expected. So yes, so I really love to get surprised by films. And indeed, all the greatest films that for me that I have enjoyed the most is always been the same. A film that I started watching without knowing much, and that it just completely surprised me and mesmerized me. It's like, hey, wait a second, what is this? It's like, basically where the true sense of storytelling becomes true. I feel that I have become a kid again, and I'm just listening to a great story that I have never heard of. my imagination start to fly. Right, it's I love that feeling, and it occurs so few times nowadays with films. Um, so when that happens, is such a treat. Lucius, yeah, Lighthouse is a wild ride. I will need to rewatch it too. During my first watch, I felt it was just two dudes losing their minds, but there is a lot of references to the to Greek myth. Yeah, so that's yeah, that's again. I'm just sorry. I'm just repeating myself like a broken record, but I wasn't on the right mindset. So for me, when I missed a lot of things, and the overall thing that I got was, yeah, it's like exactly like you are saying. It's like two guys that are just losing it, and but but I could see that I was missing something, and that was the reason of my confusion. Is like I know I'm missing something here, but it's yeah. So, yeah, I definitely will rewatch it, and I'm sure I will enjoy it. Um, Simon, sorry, let's see. I can barely see the chat here a little bit better. Um, Simon, I like how the A24 brand it's kind of abrupt movies. Or it changes or tone really quick without warnings. I'm Ari Aster is really a talented dude. Uh, I'm sorry, but what do you mean with A24 brand? Um, I don't know what what that is. Uh, oh my goodness, I maybe something very obvious, and I'm making a fool of myself, but I don't know what that is. Canterbury. I watched Lighthouse about 1 in the morning. Need to rewatch it myself. Midsummer, really liked it. I felt very sorry for the main character, Danny Florence. It's a fantastic actress. Yes, yeah, yeah, and such a so disturbing. Uh, one of the things that I talking about feeling sorry about the character, I felt in one way sorry for the characters of the British couple uh, that are also visiting there. But at the same time, when I was watching the film, and I don't know if you remember when they start to scream about saying that they are crazy and they need to get out of there, and that they it's like, regardless of how horrific things you might been shown in that context, or where you are surrounded by those people, you really shouldn't be speaking out loud, right? In such matter, because, well, because then what? Surprise, surprise! They don't make it out, right? It's like, okay, just keep it for yourself, and just get out of it, get out of there, and then you can talk to the police or whatever. But you're in the middle of the forest in the north of Sweden, and with people that are like religious fanatics of some kind of weird cult. You're not gonna. I mean, it wasn't very clear of them. Oh, okay. Need to go and check. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. My son is literally sleeping like a baby. uh, he makes noises. I'm gonna have to put my headphones just like that so I can hear better. Some from time to time he makes some noises, and my wife is sleeping, so I'm on the watch. Let's see, where was I? Simon. Sorry. A24 is a brand behind Hereditary, Midsommar, and I think The Lighthouse too. You can see a similar vibe to these movies. Aha, all right. So what do you mean brand? You mean like some publisher, production studio, something like that? Okay. All right, now I feel relief that it's quite okay if I didn't know what you were talking about. David Pa, hello, hola. Welcome to the stream. Bienvenido al stream. But Cantabrian, I mean, you haven't said where are you on the on Dune, on the story. I think I would like to talk a little bit about Dune and the film. And please try to, if you have opinions, please try to not say anything regarding the plot or the story. Just no spoilers for those that haven't seen the film or read the books or whatever. I mean, I think it's possible just to talk about these things without revealing anything. Just if we keep outside the plot. Cantabrian, yeah, when the British couple did that, you wonder if beating your tongue and sleeping away in the night might have been better. And totally. Not sure how I would have reacted in that moment, to be fair. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a matter of self-preservation, right? I would be absolutely shocked and terrified, right? It's like, what the fuck is going on here? But just at the same time, it's just you don't do that, because it's like, have a little bit of self-awareness of where you are and that you are alone surrounded by cultists. It's just like I don't know, that wasn't very clever, because I can't remember the details, but I think they start confronting them and saying that they are mad and they are gonna talk to the police and whatever. So it's just like you don't, I mean, yeah. Nicola, I have two children. I understand you. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So, who I can't remember from last week. Who has seen the film of Dune? Uh, Once again, not spoilers, please. And I will. Everything that I'm gonna be talking about is gonna be spoiler free. So don't worry about it. Okay, I need to go and check once again. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Probably it's nothing. 1 second. Yeah, again, false alarm. Okay. Cantarian. My apologies. Dune. Two of the main characters have made contact with a certain group of people after fleeing danger. I'm trying to not be specific to anyone unaware of the plot. Aha. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So, well, actually, I can say that you have seen the whole film in terms of the plot. The film stops there. So, yeah, the film doesn't cover the whole novel. So, yeah. Simon, you have. All right. Lysius, have not watched it yet. Need to read the books first. And thanks for the no spoilers. David, Pa, me encanta tu manejo del color. Gracias, muy amable. So okay, let's go with it. So the thing is that I have mixed feelings with the film. I It's not it. Of course, this is a very very personal opinion, so it's strictly very subjective what I'm gonna say. So um, for me, the film is not a bad film, but uh, it's very dry, emotionless, and it's it's nothing memorable with the film. There is plenty of very good things, especially visually speaking. But once again, as a piece of storytelling, right? As a film is about telling a story about make you feel emotions. It's completely dry. It completely fails to bring some emotions. At least to me, I think it failed totally with that. And I was thinking afterwards quite a lot about it. And I think I got to a conclusion for why that is the case. And I feel, in my humble opinion, that the major problem with the film is that basically Dune is such a dense and complex story. The first novel, that basically a film is not the best medium for to make an adaptation. It is too limited in time in order to tell that story with the depth that it needs, and to drive the narrative in a meaningful way. It's too, yeah. You need something way longer. You need many hours. So, in my opinion, I think it would have been a better choice to do a TV series or a mini series, with 10 episodes. Maybe it's like 10 hours long or something like that. I think that would have been the best choice to make it a audiovisual adaptation of the novel. And why is that? It's because, to me, the film feels more like a checklist in the plot. Again, I'm not going to say anything about the plot, but it's like, okay, and this happened, check, and this happened, check, and we need to show this character, check, but again, it's more describing what is happening, the story on the novel, but there is no time to really dive into the feelings, the dilemmas, the drama that drives the whole narrative of the book. And then the result is just like, yeah, very dry thing that is, the things that are supposed to be epic doesn't look epic because there is no real context. There is also a very huge challenge in the nature of the book, right? And is that there is a major part of the whole narrative is using how do you say this giving you the thoughts of the characters. And of course, it's very difficult. I mean, you can't do that on a film. As a matter of fact, they did that on the David Lynch film, but it limits you the things that you can do, right? So if, especially if you are limited by a very short window of time to tell the story, you cannot go with alternative tools to um, uh, hint or to direct the audience into understanding those thoughts of the characters. And yeah, so the it ends up with a film where there is there are very pivotal moments and very dramatic moments on the story on the book, which on the film you don't really, especially if you don't know about the story, if you haven't read the books, it feels like, yeah, one more generic thing that happens in so many other films, but without that context it loses all the epicness and the drama behind it. So that's my main problem with the film. It's not bad. Um, it just mm, meh. That's what I could say. Sadly, I mean, and there are visually speaking, there are many great things happening, um, but also, so I don't know if you remember that I was mentioning that I had some fears that many of the design choices for the visuals could fall into the trendy fashion of concept art of nowadays, instead of trying to go with something very different and unique and with its detached from this mm, fashion of current uh, concept art trends. And there is a little bit of that. There are some absolutely fantastic things as well, but there are others that I mean, once again, they are good. It's well designed. It looks good, but kind of falls a little bit into um, more of the same in some way. Certain designs I felt that they were a little bit detached of the world, so certain things didn't felt very cohesive. Other things were fantastic. Some of the costume designs are absolutely mind blowing. Very 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 good. So it's a mix of feelings. So the result is 50-50. Once again, nothing really bad. It's just not memorable, and just it feels like a missed opportunity. But I I blame the format chosen for the adaptation and not the work itself that they have done. If that makes any sense. They shoot themselves on the foot by deciding to do a film, even two films. It's not enough. It's not enough to do justice to that work. I mean, it's the thing is, so a lot of people that might not know or understand is how influential this novel, especially the first one, has been in the genre of science fiction, and how so many very famous and successful books or piece of work of science fiction, including other films, have been influenced by it. And it's like, I mean, this book should have been treated with the same respect and fear that they did when they decided to adapt the Lord of the Rings films. That they decided to do something pretty, how do you say, they took it very, very seriously, and with such respect at the time, because they were trying to, it was something that was never been attempted, if you don't take in consideration the animated film of Lord of the Rings. So it's just like, okay, so if we do it properly, and we do justice to the books, because it's such a important piece of literature, and etc, etc. And that's the same thing with Dune, right? It's on that level, and I mean, what makes Dune is not just the coating, right? If we make an analogy once again with Lord of the Rings, what makes Lord of the Rings such an awesome series of books is not that there is elves, or that there is orcs, or goblins, or hobbits. That's just coating. That's something that gives flavor, but it's the story and how it's told, and the drama behind it, right? So that's kind of the problem with Dune and this adaptation, that they just go with to they try to focus on the orcs and the elves, but not to actually try to do justice to the storytelling and the narrative of the book, which is what makes it so interesting. Again, that's my humble opinion. uh, Certain things, like on the positive side, certain things look amazing, very, very good design choices. Some characters, I mean, the casting, for instance, is absolutely on the spot, I think. Very good. The casting is just like they nailed the characters in that sense. I think the look of each actor for each role is absolutely nailed. But some of them becomes very flat or not so interesting, because they don't have the space and the time to develop those characters properly. So it's a little bit of a shame. I mean, it's, let's say it's like if you decide to I don't know, to do an adaptation of War and Peace in a 2-hour film. You, I mean, you cannot do that. I mean, there are certain books that required, if you want to do a good adaptation, requires many hours of footage to do a good adaptation that feels uh, res- respectful and follows the original intent of the author. I don't know. It's like, for instance, the this other film of his, the latest Blade Runner film. I personally was captivated by it, um, and I wasn't with Dune. I Not at all. It felt that I was just watching a display of scenes and like a checklist, as I mentioned before, of things that happen on the book, and presenting some characters as like, yeah, this character was on the yeah, now he's presented, okay, checked. But there was no soul, there was nothing that yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed because I like the novel so much. I think it's such a fantastic book, and so unique, and yeah. So I was hoping that they would do something a little bit more with it, but at the same time, in retrospective, as I said, is, I mean, they cannot do better with having just 2 films to tell the whole book. It is too little time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Those of you that have seen the film, do you agree with me, or did you liked it? Everything, or yeah, here now I see there are certain. Yeah. By the way, I didn't had changing a little bit of subject, but and going back to the design of the, I didn't have any time to write any story or even think about his name, but I was thinking something along the lines of Morlock or something like that, like a technomancer or something that refers to the fact that he goes through portals. And since that's some of the thing that, if you remember, we talked about that the hero character from Trevor, that is some kind of agent um, that might control the use of portals of the to go through through different universes or worlds or something. So I'm more than open for suggestions for a name for the character. But yeah, again, a name that suggests like some kind of evil warlock or a necromancer, but with this touch of technology and something. Yeah, I don't know. um, Sergio. Hi, Miguel. I was listening the program with La Voz de Horus. Very good work with the Thousand Suns. Okay, thanks. Muchas gracias. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Both doing the interview with the guys from La Voz de Horus and also doing the Thousand Suns characters. It was very enjoyable. Even though I have mixed feelings about the final results, I think I could have pushed a little bit more the weirdness on the designs. I feel that I end up a little bit too conservative. I could have done something a little bit more crazy, but well, I would have to live with it. But thank you, very very kind. Simon, I really liked it personally, but I have to agree with you that I felt a bit of a display of scenes. But don't you think that a potential director cut could fix these issues? Um, maybe, but maybe. Who knows? Maybe they have like an extra hour of footage that hasn't been cut for the like this like the release version. Who knows? It could be the case. Uh, I mean, one of the things that annoys me in some way about the film is that of course you cannot assume that everybody that is going to watch the film has read the books, right? And therefore for any filmmaker you need to do the film so it stands alone as a piece of storytelling, right? It cannot be just hinting things that only the people that have read the original work will understand. So in that sense, every single viewer should potentially be able to understand and being mesmerized and immersed into the fantasy or the drama of the original of the story, but in film format. And once again, I feel that that is not the case. And for anybody that hasn't read the books, what they show on the film is just generic in terms of the story and what they show. And it's such a shame because it once again is such a pivotal piece of work in the genre of um, science fiction and such a influential work. So let's say it feels very annoying to me that, for instance, the original Star Wars films that uh, took so much influence and inspiration from Dune are more unique pieces of work and as science fiction films. Okay, no, yeah, sorry. Star Wars is not science fiction, but uh, anyhow, you understand what I mean. Than the actual than a piece of work that is so. I mean, if Star Wars is here, like Dune is like many hundred meters above, right? So it's very annoying in that sense. I mean, I think if I recall correctly on the documentary about Jodorowsky Dune, I think he mentioned something that he was planning the film to be 7 hours long, and that was one of the reasons why they completely denied the project. But it makes, I mean, to me, it makes sense. I mean, when they tried to do the film, it was inconceivable to do something like that, right? Now it's been proven in the latest decades that actually you can do fantastic pieces of work with film, with TV instead, because it allowed you to dig deeper into the narrative and to develop and display that narrative more with all the richness and flavor of the original works, and it doesn't become like a less value way of storytelling. Um, so yeah, they should have, in my opinion, they should have gone with a TV series instead. Um, Simon, like it happened with Zack Snyder Justice League. Poof. Well, I think, yeah, but I mean, yeah, but I don't think they are comparable. I think, again, I don't know. Sorry if you are a fan of the Justice League, but I think it's such a crap of a film. I don't. I think it's so bad. But in some way, it's. I mean, once again, so and sorry if I'm repeating myself quite a lot, but we are talking about a very influential piece of work that it's. I would put it on the same level of Lord of the Rings for fantasy genre. So it the level and of the pedigree of the story of the novel demands uh, uh, an adaptation that feels respectful in that way. So any, yeah, the Justice League. I mean, you can like the comics or whatever, but it's just like silly American superhero comics, right? It's and I'm saying that liking silly superhero American superhero comics myself, but just recognizing what they are and nothing more. But yeah. But again, I mean, at the same time, I don't want to just talk things and give an impression that it's a bad film. It is not a bad film. It is not bad. It's just kind of forgettable as a piece of storytelling. Uh, Visually, it's looks fantastic. Richard, haven't seen the new Dune movie yet, but how about those two TV series? Did you like them, guys? Two TV series. I thought there was only one on the 90s that I watched by then, and I don't remember anything. uh, I think, and I'm talking from memory, uh, is that maybe in terms of again developing a little bit more the story and it made a better job, but I think visually it's very they had some good things or some good design choices, but it's not great either. So I mean, it felt, or I, if I remember correctly, maybe if I watch it again, and I'm surprised, but it felt like very low, like a B series or something like that, like very low budget, not just in terms of um, how do you say, very epic things, but like not having people that were like amazing in certain areas, and I'm speaking in terms of visually speaking, like designs and Lucius, did you finish Midnight Mass? I'd enjoyed it quite a lot. Very spooky creature. Yes, I have seen it and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Uh, Once again, one of these pieces of storytelling that I think I go. They don't fall into the mainstream. There's nothing like like what's the word? Uh, what's the word in English? God damn it. Groundbreaking, right? But it's so well done and it's so juicy in terms of the drama and the characters and so moody as well, right? Uh, the characters, their stories, they feel real, and it feels very easy to identify yourself with them, and so the characters they feel extremely human, and then makes the whole thing so much uh, better, right? And so disturbing as well with all the religion and. I loved it, and I'm so glad that they are still uh, how, I mean, in this case it's a TV series, but it could be anything. So like storytelling work that is so genuine and not falling into the same old formulas that you see so much in American productions. So I liked it quite a lot, a lot, a lot. I don't know if it's probably it is based on a book or a series of books. I guess. But yeah, so high standard in my opinion. I loved it, loved it. Ooh. Another series that I watched recently, also on Netflix. Well, is the only one that I'm uh, that I have access to. But it's how is it called? Also, very fresh and not at all mainstream. So again, like so happy that they are willing to do some things that are a little bit more unique. Is new cherry flavor or the new flavor of cherry or cherry something like that. The new cherry flavor or there is a girl that I mean the image, the display image for the thumbnail for the series on is a mini series on Netflix. Is a girl with an open mouth and she has an eye on the mouth. The new cherry flavor or something like that. I think it's called. Amazing also and so disturbing, like so disturbing. But also fantastic. I loved it. I don't remember. I remember some months ago that we somebody was mentioning that that in Netflix there was like so bad quality content. But I mean, of course, there's a lot of crap, but there's also like very high quality of series in there. Seriously. Mm, 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 mm. Um, I'm missing. I'm missing a layer. Uh, No, 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 no. There you go. No, I wasn't missing. Was the opposite. I'm so excited to see what Trevor has done as a nemesis for the Red Queen. He has mentioned that he has done 8 characters, or that he was trying to do 8 characters, which I'm terrified because not only now he forced me to do 3 characters because he put 3 characters on his hero theme, but now for a nemesis he's making 8 characters. I mean, this is just insane, but at the same time I'm so looking forward to it. And what if no, 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 no. Today I will have to finish a little bit earlier as well. By the way, how are you guys with the Nemesis art challenge on your end? I'm very curious as well. Lucy's, yeah, it was very refreshing. Love what they done with the creature. It felt very deadly and intimidating. As a former Catholic, the way they twisted scripture was very interesting, unbelievable. Made me rethink phrases I would hear and say during my childhood. Yes, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's, I mean, I will not go deep into religion talk. I mean, I'm also a former Catholic, even though I'm an atheist. But that's the thing with all these religions that are. I mean, you could argue that all of them, right? But are based in scriptures and one book, and I think that at the end everything is up to interpretation, and what somebody reads literal and interpret literal, another one just say no, but that's just a metaphor, that is another way of saying, and then it opens the gates for any mm, absolute mad person just to do crazy things. And yeah, I don't know. It is fantastic how like you are saying, how they showed the what seems to be a very um, lovely community, right? And many of them are very religious, and they uh, very devout, and they are into their thing, right? With their faith. And how, of course, we have all these supernatural aspect to the story, right? But the most creepy thing, at least to me, on the story is not the supernatural, but the twist in all the religious faith, and how they, like this woman that is such a nutcase, managed to drive the community into madness, right? It's just very scary. Um, oh, no. Okay, there you go. Here we have our uh, classic bug that couldn't miss one episode on the stream. It needed to show. Let me just change the screen 1 second. Um, let's see. Lucis, me and Miguel should be revealing our work tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing his work. Nice. I'm also looking forward. Fantastic to see. But is it good? It's gonna be the hero, right? Because you started later. Our group, we are gonna do the reveal for the Nemesis characters on Monday. We are gonna do the post and drop all the characters. Simon, the character I'm doing for Juan Toledano's art is he's doing great. It's cool to paint something with constraints. Can't wait to show you all. Yeah, man. Again, really looking forward. And that's, I mean, I said, I'm, I said it so many times already, but that's, sorry. Let me just change the. that's the beauty of the challenge. I feel it is. It's just it offers so many creative possibilities, gives enough freedom, right, to do whatever you want, but at the same time, on the second phase, it confronts you with this challenge, right, of just having your opponent image as a art direction and foundation for your own next character design. Frogs, good evening. Long time, long time no see. How are you doing? How are you? All right, let's do something with these creatures on the background. I mean, I want to maintain them pretty loose and rough because I don't want to attract too much attention away from the main character. So I also have done a version where I take away all the background and just leave it. Let's see. Like this, well, without these rim lights, but yeah. But for now, let's focus on this version. at this point there is not that much things I can do really. Just messing around. By the way, none of you have suggested any names. No idea what could be his name. Like the Traveler. Yeah, I don't know. It needs to be something that looks, that sounds evil. What have I done? I think I messed with a layer. Here. Oh. Yeah. I deleted that whole an entire layer. Yeah, that's the problem when you have too many layers and right. Yeah, like okay, so again with the name, something that refers to the fact that he used portals and he's and he's bad. Somebody that jumps through portals and universes or gates to other worlds, but he's not supposed to. Should be diversity. I suggest Jason the Candler. The Candler? What does it mean? The Candler. Oh. Lucius, maybe Nazar? Yeah, that could be. But I need to have followed by some type of title, right? Like Technomancer and blah blah blah, something like that, to give a little bit of context to the character as well. Is there a specific word in English for somebody that gets in places that are forbidden? The trespasser. But that feels a little bit too mundane. Um, if he uses portals, he's some kind of spaceless. In meaning something like untamed by space. Huh. Yeah. I like that angle. Zorak the Void Weaver. Wow. That's very majestic name. I like it. The Void Weaver. I mean, once again, his name needs to convey the fact that he used forbidden knowledge or technology to travel through portals, perhaps, to go to other worlds or universes. Damn, it's a hard one. All right, I think it's time for me to finish the stream. Sadly, once again, having lots of fun, but duty call. On Monday, I will present the final version. I don't know if I would have time to do anything. Probably I will use 1 hour or something on Monday, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see if I can find some time to give a little extra push, but I don't think it's gonna change much. But anyway, on Monday we'll be posting the final version, and also the Trevor's version as well. So yes, very excited. And yes, thanks everybody, like always, for joining. It's always it's at light, and I hope that you have a great end of the day and weekend, and you have a fantastic week. Stay safe and healthy, and see you next week. Probably I will have to think what to do for next stream. Probably I will retake or the concept for the Perturabo Primarch, Demon Primarch, because it's about time to finish that one, perhaps, or maybe continuing with the Dark Eldar Pirate. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks once again, everybody, for joining. And yeah, for those of you that are also participating on the challenge, I really cannot wait for your characters as well. So please remember to post it on the Discord. That would be fantastic. And yeah, take care, guys. Bye bye.